Next up, we have Miss Alison Gibbons of Webster Bank, and she's going to talk about their programs, and she's actually going to also help us and talk about the one mortgage.
Hi, everyone. I'm Alison Gibbons. I'm the managing director and the territory sales manager here for the Boston area, as well as Rhode Island and part of our Connecticut markets. So I'm so happy to be here tonight. I love working with Nisha and all of her programs and everything that she does for the communities and educating everyone as far as the grant assistance programs, the lottery programs that are coming through. So I'm very happy to be here tonight to present to you two of Webster Bank's programs for first-time homebuyers, which have been making a great difference in the communities, as well as our down payment assistance program. So bear with me for 1 minute while I try to share the document. Nisha, let me know if you can see it yet.
You're up.
All right,
It's not showing the
fantastic.
whole. There we go. You're good now.
There we go. Okay, so Webster Bank is actually originally from the Connecticut area, but we opened up back probably about 15 or so years ago in the Boston area, downtown Boston, and we have branches throughout the area, Wellesley, Needham, our farthest north branch is Lexington, and then we go all the way down the South Shore to Mattapoisett. So we are all across the state. Webster Bank has some amazing affordable programs that have changed recently in the past couple of years, and they've made a big impact on the different communities that they're available in. Our first program that we have here at Webster is called Your Home. It is a 30-year fixed program. It is for applicants that are up to 80% of the area median income. And the program itself requires a low down payment of just 3%. One of the wonderful parts of this program is that your down payment requirement, so funds that are coming out of your own pocket, only have to be $500. The rest of the down payment, the 3%, can be a gift. It can be a grant from MAHA, or it can be part of Webster's down payment program where we are giving you up to 10% of the purchase price or $25,000 to purchase the property. So ultimately, you can get into a new home with as little as $500 down of your own money, as long as it qualifies for the program, and you can start enjoying your new home. Now, other benefits to this program, in addition to the fact that it has a low down payment, the interest rates for this program are very far below the market interest rates that are out there right now for a regular 30-year fixed loan. For example, interest rates this week for 30-year fixed were about 6.75% or 6.625%. The Your Home program interest rate was 4.875%. And there's no hoops you have to jump through. It's just a matter of the property being in an eligible area and you being underneath the 80% of the area median income. Now, there's flexible credit requirements with our program, so you can have a lower credit score than some of the other programs out there. Our minimum credit score for this program is 620, and we also accept non-traditional credit. So if you do not have a credit score and you have things like utility bills, gym memberships, cell phone bills, we would be able to use those and build a credit history for you. And, the program is a little bit different in regards to there's no set area per se that we're going to tell you that, you're going to be qualifying for. Every area is a little bit different. So there are certain counties that our program covers, and it is mostly Bristol, Plymouth, Norfolk, Suffolk, Middlesex, and Essex counties. Unfortunately, it does not cover Worcester County, where I know I saw some questions in the chat about purchasing in Amherst. So this program, as of right now, is not out in Western Mass, but we are changing our programs all the time. So it doesn't mean that we can't possibly have an update to it in the future. The Webster Down Payment and Closing Cost Assistance Gift is available for all applicants with this program, assuming that you are, one, a first-time homebuyer, and that you do not have more than $75,000 in liquid assets. And that would be basically any assets that are not retirement assets. So that would be stocks, bonds, checking accounts, savings accounts, high yield savings accounts. We don't count crypto. So if you're thinking about that part of it, we don't look at that. And the great part about this is that if you have a very generous family member that would like to donate to your house buying and give you a gift, that gift also is not included in the asset limit, nor is the Maha Stash grants, nor are the Boston Housing Authority grants. So it's just your own personal assets. Now, if you are over the 80% of the area median income, you can purchase with our HOPE program. So the HOPE program pretty much mirrors our Your Home program with the exception of the fact that you can make up to 120% of the area median income. However, the down payment assistance portion that we have, so we would be providing you that down payment assistance grant, you cannot make over 100% of the area median income. The big difference between the Webster Bank HOPE program and the Your Home program is that the Webster Bank HOPE program has a slightly higher interest rate. So where just yesterday, Your Home program was at 4.875, the HOPE program was at 5.125, but still much less than the average 30-year fixed interest rate out there right now today. Now, the Webster Bank Down Payment Assistance Program can be combined with other grant programs out there. It can be combined with Maha Stash. It can be combined with most of the city and towns mortgage grant programs that they have. So like the city of Everett that Denisha was recommending earlier, she was referencing, I mean, it can be combined with those other programs. It can be combined with, there's some grants that come over from the Urban Edge. You can use those as well. So we can do multiple layers with our grant program. And so the counties I was mentioning earlier, the down payment assistance grant is up to 10% of your purchase price or appraised value up to a maximum of $25,000. And Webster's eligible tracts in Bristol County, Plymouth County, Norfolk County, or Suffolk County. Now, for those of you that are considering purchasing in Middlesex or Essex County, and yes, Salem does qualify for some of these. I did see Anthony talking about the Salem area. So that grant is available from Webster up to 10% of your purchase price or up to $50,000. And the requirements are that you, like I said earlier, you are a first-time home buyer. You do not have more than $75,000 worth of liquid assets in your name, and that you have a minimum of 5% down out of your own funds for the down payment. And if you are using the program, you do have to be at 100% or less of the adjusted median income. And then you would qualify. So does anybody have any questions about the program?
I did not know that you didn't count gift funds. That's amazing.
We do not. No, it's so exciting. So I had somebody who was very confused and thought that they couldn't use a gift. And I said, no, you can absolutely use the gift. And their parents gave them $100,000. I said, well, that's wonderful. Repeat the minimum out-of-pocket down payment. So it's 3% is the minimum down payment for the program, but your funds, so out of your pocket, it needs to be a minimum of $500.
Did you guys hear that? $500. So just to clarify, because I see lots of different counties on here, which program is statewide? Is there a program that is statewide, or are they specific to the counties?
So for Webster Bank, for this particular program, for the two programs that we just mentioned, they're only available in these counties. So it doesn't cover Dukes County, and it doesn't cover Worcester County.
Okay.
But the majority of the other counties do qualify. And so with Webster's program, it's slightly different than some of the other programs where the property itself does have to qualify. It has to be in an eligible area. And I wish I could just tell you that that was a blanketed area and, you know, I could give you a list of all of them, but we do check each property individually. I can tell you that most of Boston is covered in the program, and for applicants that don't meet the requirements for some of the one mortgages due to the low debt to income ratios, they do end up using Webster's program because the ratio is a little bit higher and it gives them more buying flexibility. And most of New Bedford, most of Fall River, most of Taunton, most of Brockton. So there are a lot of areas that are covered with this. I know that we had an applicant that was recently purchasing in the city of Everett who was eligible for the $50,000 down payment assistance from Webster. And in addition to that, they were applying for the Everett grant as well. So they had $60,000 worth of down payment and they were so happy. The best part about this is that this is a true gift from Webster. So we're calling it a grant, but it ultimately is a gift. So there is no second mortgage that's attached to your property. There's no recapture of the down payment that we're providing to you. There's no minimum amount of time that you need to own the home or stay in the home. So it's really a truly wonderful program where we are giving this to you and we're not putting any strings attached for it to be coming back to us in any way. So totally true gift for you to purchase your new home.
That's amazing. And it is exclusive to first-time home buyers, correct?
First-time home buyers who have not owned a home in the last 3 years. Yes.
Okay, guys. So for those of you who are on the fence, you just heard there's a program that allows you to buy with zero down, but I think you still need to have something because you need to put money down or deposits with your offer. So when you hear $500 or you hear zero, just understand you still need to put money with your offers, right? So you can't come in and say, hey, I want to buy a house. I'm not committing financially at all. That's not going to work. Okay. So you still need some money, right, in
Yes.
order to move forward in that regard. But for you, Allison, if I have to put down, let's say 1.5% between the offer and purchase and sales, do we get that reimbursed at the end, or is that just going into the transaction?
So it does go into the transaction. So it can't come back out of the transaction. However, it does not have to go to down payment. So with this program, the grant necessarily is covering most of the down payment and not the closing costs. So what I generally tell clients is that for every other program, you'd be putting it down pretty much 1.5% of down payment of your own funds. And you probably have to put that down with the purchase and sale signing. So we would reallocate those funds of yours to be used at closing to pay for the closing costs. So 500 would stay in the transaction for your down payment and the rest would be reallocated to the closing costs.
Perfect. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yes, correct. You do not have to pay the grant back. So this is a true grant. You do not have to repay it. Can you use it? What are the limits on the house, the type of home? Is it only exclusive to singles or is it singles, condos, all the way up to 4 families?
So it's up to 3 family. It's not 4 families. So a condo, single family, 2 family, or a 3 family. In regards to the multifamily properties, if you are getting rental income from the multifamily properties, you would be adding that rental income into your income for the income limit. So we're not adding household income for this. It's only applicant income. So if I purchase a home and my sister is moving in with me and she's going to be living in the home with me, but my sister's not going to be an owner of the house, we're only looking at my income for the income limit. Now, my sister could make $200,000 a year and it won't matter because we're not asking her to prove what her income is. Now, if I'm buying a multifamily with my sister and she's going to be living with me and we're going to be renting out the second unit and I'm getting $2,000 a month for that second unit, we're going to look at my income and add $24,000 a year onto that to make sure I'm still underneath the income limit for the program.
Perfect. And wait, great question in the chat. They asked, can they combine this down payment assistance with if they were using MHP's one or mass housing?
No, so this is a Webster specific program. So the down payment assistance grant can only be used with either the Webster Your Home program or the Webster Hope program.
Okay. So guys, where the difference is loan products. So this is a Webster product specifically versus talking about MHP or mass housing. So you can't combine mass housing and MHP or the one mortgage either, right? But you can combine Webster with the city of Boston. You can combine Webster with Stash. You can combine Webster with Stash and the city of Boston. All of those can be combined because those are separate down payment assistance programs, not loan products. Does that make sense?
Right. The grants you can combine together, but not the liens. So like the City of Boston program where you're applying for the lien, that can't be combined. But if you're doing the grant that comes from BHA, Boston Housing Authority, you can combine them.
Amazing question in the chat. Do
Someone
you
asked a
have PMI?
Oh, hold on one quick second. So there was also a question before I missed it because it was far up a little bit. So if you're interested, you just walk into a Webster Bank and say you're interested in this grant program. So if you are interested, my information's on the screen. You can reach out to me directly. If you walk into one of the Webster banks and say that you're interested and you do not ask to talk with a local representative, because honestly, there's only about 4 of us, you would be recommended over to our call center and you wouldn't be working with somebody locally. So there's nothing wrong with that. But if you're looking to work with someone local who knows all of the additional down payment assistance programs in the area, you can always reach out to me. My information's on the screen and you can either work with me or there's 3 others on the team that I can introduce you to and you can work with one of them. So whatever works best for you. And Denisha, about PMI. Yes. So this program does have a small amount of mortgage insurance, but it is a reduced amount of mortgage insurance. So it's a fraction of what it is for some of the other programs. I quoted out one for a client the other day. It was on a $500,000 purchase and the PMI was about $63 a month. But it all does depend on how much you have for the down payment. So if you're putting down more, and it really depends on the percentage and what your credit score is and how the system basically calculates your risk for having the mortgage. So it would be different from person to person, but it is reduced compared to other mortgage insurance premium programs.
Perfect. Awesome. I think we've got all the questions answered. Now I'm scrolling back up to see.
Annette, my name's Alison Gibbons, and I'm the Boston area manager, and I also work with first-time homebuyers in the market. And Paula asked if Webster is also a 1+ Boston lender. We are. We're a 1+, and a 1+ Boston lender for MHP.